Ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha, and yesterday, as many of you are well aware, I discussed the game Abstractism, which was a game that seemed to come with a Monero Crypto Miner attached to it, and I won't go into a rundown of yesterday's video. I'll trust that if you're interested, you'll go watch the video for yourselves if you haven't already. But things move fast in the digital world, and this story is no different. Now, after I posted the video yesterday, I reached out to a representative of Valve, and for the first time in all of recorded history and in all calculable dimensions, I received a response. And that response was your stock standard: we take things like this seriously and we will look into it. However, unlike normal stock responses, they actually did look into it, and less than 12 hours after I sent them a message, Abstractism has been removed from the Steam storefront. This event, coupled with most major traditional games media sites picking up on this story, means that Valve has had a major problem shoved into their faces, and this is one that could have the potential to have long-term repercussions not only for the future of shovelware on the Steam storefront, but for games that rely very much on their skin-on-me operations like Team Fortress 2, CSGO, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, and many others. As a result of the Streisand effect, I can imagine the developers were quite upset about Valve nuking their game from orbit, and I could tell that my video yesterday at least made someone mad, as the view count today suddenly nearly quadrupled for a couple of minutes, and I saw the downvotes on the video skyrocket from around 30 to 598 over the course of that same 2 to 3 minutes. And as I'd been maintaining approximately 90 upvotes to every one downvote, it came as quite a shock until I realized I was being vote-botted by someone. Now, I obviously would have no way of confirming who, but let's face it, it was either the Abstractism developers or Andrew Watt decided to take this moment to try and exact his revenge in his usual ineffectual manner. Regardless, the end result, at least with this game, was achieved. Valve's stated reasoning for removing the game was because they were distributing unauthorized code, trolling with content, and scamming customers, basically confirming everything that I'd suspected. But I'm going to put a pin in Abstractism for a moment, and we're going to move on to two other games that were also nuked from the Steam storefront by Valve earlier today as well. A game called Bitcoin Miner, which is a bit ironic considering what happened with Abstractism, and another game called Climber. And I hope you'll forgive me, all I have is the Steam DB pages for these two games. I wasn't even aware of their existence until after their removal from the Steam storefront. The reason for their removal is that both these games were also found to be distributing scammed items, as well as we also discover here that the developers can also scam what game the item is from. I'll show you what I mean here in just a second. Let's start with Bitcoin Miner. This game had two items in particular: the Strange Professional Killstreak Golden Frying Pan and the Manco Supply Crate Key. The legitimate crate key itself sells on average for $2.50, but the Golden Frying Pan sells at an average of about $1,600, which would be quite a little payday if someone like an asset flipper were able to scam off even one, let alone multiples of these items. And this information coming from a thread on the Steam subreddit posted by Twilight Sniper, we can see in one of the images that the developers had duplicated not only the Team Fortress 2 icon, but they'd also managed to duplicate the name Team Fortress 2, which we can confirm on the game's SteamDB info page. This left people with quite literally no possible way to determine by just looking at the item that this was not a legitimate Team Fortress 2 Golden Frying Pan. Also, we have the game Climber that was scamming people with the Dota 2 Dragonclaw hook. This was posted to the Dota 2 subreddit by Angelo of 1991, including several examples of people being offered these scam hooks, where the legitimate Dragonclaw hooks are selling on the Steam marketplace for an average of $800 a piece. And all of this raises some extreme concerns, as I said just a bit ago, about the future of skin-on-me games. And while this is clearly an extreme exploitation of the Steam marketplace and takes advantage of the system in a very flagrant manner, it only serves to underscore the extreme issues inherent in Valve's open-door policy, not only with the games on their storefront, but with games being able to simply generate low or zero-effort digital goods with arbitrary levels of rarity, on top of even less honest scammers out there that can literally pay $100 and have a game on the Steam storefront generating duped items for other games. Now, I know yesterday that I said the crypto mining scam plus the constant item generation was the next attack vector for the Steam storefront, and it is going to become a common one. I'm all but certain of it because of the multiple revenue vectors in place for such a system. But if it's one thing that one must always take into account, it is the ingrained desire of these asset flippers to do as little as possible and reap the greatest rewards. And here is that simpler version that we're seeing scammers take advantage of. A combination of item theft and asset flipping, a match made in heaven for the lazy scammer. Get your hands on a Unity asset pack, pay $100 to Valve in order to get your game package uploaded, and then dupe a few items worth hundreds of dollars and scam gamers out of their valuable digital goods. It would appear to not even take that much effort, even selling a single $500 or $1,000 digital item, of which items of those type are legion on the Steam marketplace, and you have capital for your next developer account plus profits. And with the numerous free VPN services out there in the world, and with Valve maintaining an open system, there is, at this time, quite literally no way for anyone to stop it. At least there won't be until Valve finally realizes that a revolving door on shovelware isn't exactly the best idea in the world, especially when those shovelware games can duplicate your valuable digital goods. And people like myself and multiple others have been trying to beat that into their thick skulls for literally years. Maybe, now that it will begin to undermine their profit margins, Valve might sit up and take notice. And as always, please do let me know what you think down in the comments below. Links to my social media, Discord, and Patreon are in the description, along with links to the sources used in this video if you're of a mind to avail yourself of them. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha, and I'll see you next time.